Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing fantastic well. We are live. It is after deadline day, I know that. I know a lot of people will wonder this and that why we haven't done it from up to throughout deadline, but you know what, I've seen a lot of guys that have gone live. Um obviously we all know that, so I thought, you know what, let's come on later, let's you guys enjoy all the great content creators that we do have. Um Throughout, and obviously, nice just to be live at the normal time. We are going to discuss the deadline day. Obviously, we're outside that because there's never a dull day being Forest fan in deadline day now. We all know that, and we have been quite busy. So obviously, we have got quite a few of you joining us as we are talking. Well, on to 80. Well, we're getting fast. We're getting into the enough 90 now. Get your like button in as per usual. If you are new, um, subscribe to the channel. Get us up to 4K on YouTube if you are watching this on YouTube. But obviously, busy time at the club. We all know that. Window short. Chavi, Gallon deal. It seems to be deal collection that's not ready in time for documents. So this one seems to be done. So it's a shame, but really, Trent and Red has put evening, mate. Good evening, Trent and Red. Hope you're well. Thank you for getting in the comments below. We've got Jonathan Dakin put an early comment out saying I thought you finished 4-2 night. Um, we never seem to be finished. It's Forest. We seem to have two players that they're both, well, one was started at a City ground. Obviously in the academy. The other one, obviously, we wait and see what that one will happen. But obviously, get your comments coming in, like the video on whatever platform you are watching this on as well. Check out our members club on Facebook and YouTube. We've got your super chat on YouTube as well if you are watching this on that. Obviously, get the conversation going in below. Would love to see what you guys think too, and the deals that we have been doing. And obviously, we big up to you guys on Facebook as well. We have hit 22K tonight on Facebook, so big you guys up for getting this there. Love for the love. But yeah, do get us up to 4K on YouTube as well. I mean, we are getting closer and closer. We're on something like 3,723, so it's flowing. But yeah, Jerry. The Javi deal from um, Atletico Madrid, Javi Gallon. It was on. It seemed like it was on most of the day. We got the everything done, but the documents let Forest down. So it feels like this one is off, and I think it's just unfortunately that it is off. I think we was after two left backs. As Guy said, it ran off. So it's him and the Cudabello one. Cuda Banio one, and that one seemed to be on at the minute. I will dive into that one. Obviously, a bit of an experience in that back line. Not pulled off due to documents ready in time, but you know what? Like I said, I think the squad depth and all that, I think it is being strengthened. We have got um, them in, and I think, especially right back, we got two, and I think left back we need two. Right side of that, and I think it will give us that sort of like um, the depth we need. Obviously, Ayuk Dan, how you heard about us signing Alex Pereira on loan as left back cover? I heard he's decent, but it's low footballing IQ thoughts. I mean, fair dues on him. If Finner, I'll get to that on there. What he has said. Alex Pereira, if you do it, don't. I think right side that. I think it's one of them IQ it depending how you look at it in terms of like is it footballing, but is it like in terms of tactical stuff, is it precision? What are you basing this on? If I'm being honest, yeah. But I think I do like him or Marinakis, or if Nuno chose him, Is he good? We do not know. Like I said, we're only judging if he signs and he put a Forest shirt on and how he gets on. Good evening, Nathan. Hope you are well. Thank you for coming into the chat. Hope you're having a great evening. But I think great to see you guys. We've got over 200 people watching this, so love for the love. Josh Bowler has left the club now. Obviously done what Emmanuel Dennis done and termination of his contract, so that would free up more wages and that. Not worked out for Bowler one bit. Obviously, we probably signed him just in case if we went back down to the Championship, and I think it's just not worked out for him. Obviously, he scored that goal against Chesterfield, but one of them ones where I think, yeah, not worked out for him, and it was going to be hard for him to actually be here. Nuno didn't seem to like him either, so that's another one that a Championship player that we did sign that's gone now. So I think will be interesting seeing. Good evening, Jonathan. How you do, Co? I'm very well. Hope you're well. I mean, now deadline day done. Obviously, we're still expecting. Well, hopefully, get these two signings in. But I think now the transfer window done, I think hopefully we can push on with it all. I mean, if you want to get in comments about Nuno, do get your comments. I mean, one of them ones. I might touch up on it in a bit. Obviously, Forest made a couple of signings for the academy as well tonight. Donald McNeely, striker from Chelsea, we have signed him. Yeah, and he has gone out on loan to Wycombe Wanderers. So I think that will be a good signing. Matthew Orr, we have signed him from Linfield, 18-year-old centre half. Obviously, got that bit of a European experience, and I think he will drop into that sort of like a B team, under 18 team. So I think for the get your likes on the video, Jonathan Cromerton said, all praise the dear leader, Mr. Marinakis, definitely. And you know what? It was great to see that the fan that did have a that accident yesterday in the City Ground. It's great to see him posting on Facebook to say that he is well. So big up to everyone yesterday for that. Right side of that. But obviously, one of them ones really, it just can't be helped. I mean, how we'll get onto this, but I think just these conspiracy theories about Nuno, not the best for me. I'll get onto that anyway. But so much, and obviously Eric Moore has signed for Rio on loan as well. So hopefully he gets some good experience there, especially for him. And I think it will help his development. Because I think, yeah, he has played a few times for us, but you can tell he needs football and he needs to be playing. And I just think he does need that bit of game time in the anyway, just to get him going. Obviously, Glyn jumped in on it, so he's feeling in the water. Nuno might be on his way. I hope I'm one. Moon flying around, Mourinho is coming. You know what? Like I said, I know I spoke to quite a lot of fans yesterday after the game. They all sort of got a general same assumption about things about Nuno, all these conspiracy theories, all these things that being said, and I had to literally put my TFTV head on me, like to say, let them talk to me, let fans have their own opinions on it, like I do. And you know what, like I say, like for whatever reason he hadn't paid them. What I mean, we're not sure why, we're not sure what happening with it, because I think that me personally, I think, yeah, he's not happy with what has happened. Yes, that's best out. I think that was disappointing from me. I think he needs to be doing this behind closed doors. But obviously he hasn't, and he heard it in front of the media. But I think now that just needs to let them have this meeting and just let them just thrash it out and just be gentlemen and be like, yeah, fair enough, we do have matters of opinion that are different in terms of footballing sides to things like, yeah, fair enough, we all know Nuno is head coach, and that obviously whatever he does with that, yeah, fair enough. But I think definitely like whatever it is with the transfers, did Nuno have to say last summer? Probably. Obviously, Eddie came in, Marinaki started another way, and it probably has upset Nuno. To be fair, obviously, we all don't like change. We all know that. We all know that we're very thingy with being creature of habits and all that. We all know that. But I think going off some of the theories that were being said yesterday, we're not playing Luis because he didn't want him there, and saying things about he doing this just to prove a point to Marinakis. I think would, and I'll put this out there, would Luis made that difference yesterday, knowing then like would, yeah, McAtee made that difference when he came on without a shadow of that. And I think that knowing that our West Ham was so much on top, what changes could have been made to finish it? I actually think that there's conspiracy theory about the whole transfer thing and not paying a place. They brought McAtee on. If it weren't happened last week and wouldn't have made the changes last week, yeah, fair enough. I know we all questioned Nuno's substitutions before. We questioned it when he first came in. And I think while we're questioning it again, but using this sort of, oh, you don't like these transfers, so you're going to prove a point. Like, yeah, fair enough, he's not happy. But I think putting two and two together about it all with the whole transfers and the whole thing, I just think it's just everyone putting two and two together. And it just seemed to put up a lot of annual towards Nuno. And we all know a certain fan channel wants him out, and that affects best it quite a bit tonight. We all know which one that one is. But I think it was just a bad day in office. I really, really do. I just think it was a really bad day in office for everyone at the club. West Ham, they did a perfect job on us yesterday. They stopped us playing. They kept the fan base quiet, and they scored them couple those quick goals in that space of 9 minutes, and everything just fell apart. And that's the thing, yeah. I know football is a very opinionated game, and it does bring the emotions out. We all know that. No point trying to hide behind that because it does, and it does bring out a lot of emotion. But I just think let things dust down. And I'm very me. I like to look at things, all angles and a lot of things. That I do enjoy talking to fans and let them fans finish. But I will get onto this one. I'm not ignoring your comments, guys. Nothing been announced yet. Nothing said if it's gone through or not. Obviously, the deal sheet, if it did go in, it will be 9 o'clock. So we probably, if we do, if we know that it's not been confirmed, we might hear it. I don't know. I think it's a bit of a weird one. I thought Car said it yesterday morning. Because if you guys do see me team, I do sit around with a few people, and I said it. If it was any one that I'd start, it'd be Louise. Is it because he missed a lot of football? Me personally, obviously, he gone tried and trusted. We all know that. Obviously, kept same team 3 games on the trot now, which is a rarity for us anyway. We all know that. But I think now we've probably gone from our best performance to the worst performance, and Palace being the middle game. I'm thinking might even switch things up. We all know that now we've got a busy time, especially with games. So I think it'd be good to see Louise. I think personally, till they made them tactical subs, I think it was an even game, and I think bringing him on after when we went 1-0 down might have been a bit of a really, really bad one. I think it would have made that difference, if I'm being honest, yeah. I just think it's either we're bedding these players in, then start throwing them at the international break, or genuinely, I think it might not be ready in terms of match fitness and that, personally. And I think, especially with how the Premier League is since he left the Premier League, I think he might have struggled in there. I think, especially with the load of games we have got coming up now, I think we'll be utilising the squad a lot more, if I'm being honest here. And I think more due to the fact of would he made that, if we know and 60th minute, 65th, bring him on then. But I think 2-0 down, he would have made that difference. And I think we all do. Like I said, Danny Nash fell through. Obviously, backward, nothing been said on it as of yet, but I'm keeping looked at. I think he's not happy because they're not Nuno signing what he wanted. So obviously, that's your opinion on it, mate. I think football is a very opinionated game. We all know that, and I think all these conspiracy theories about they're not Nuno signing. I mean, look at when we had Mark Arthur in charge for Billy Davis. I mean, and look at some of the signings we brought in under Sabri, and I mean, I can't, the list goes on for me, but hey ho. And I think they all paid them. So I think all this, not done played then. I think it's just conspiracy theories, especially after what kicked off with the wall in the press conference. Personally, but we all have our opinions. Football is a very opinionated game, and obviously, we'd like to get your guys' opinions on the channel. This right should have came off. I think that quite a few of them could have came off at half time. This right especially. I know there was them ones that Olarina. Someone stands in front of me said Olarina. And I think he's not been the same. I think these new signings now, I think, especially with the right back, I think get him in, give Ola a bit of a rest, get him back farming again. I think McAteen there, I think it will help him. And I think, especially with the Traore deal, I think right side of that, I think it will add something different. I think quite a few of them, I think we need to be, we need different solutions for different games, if I'm being honest, yeah. But I completely agree with you, Nathan. I think he should have came off at half time. I think, obviously, it wasn't his best game, and hopefully now, I think, especially with these players that we have got in, we have got different options now. I think, like I go back to the Luis one, I think the Luis one will be an interesting one. I think Nado have got 2 weeks. Most of them will have another 2 weeks to the Arsenal game. I think we probably will be looking to be bedding these players in. Obviously, get them working. Nuno's tactics and that. I think they will all be used. I just think because we've been unbeaten. 2 yesterday, and I think, why would we need to change this team? Why would we need to finish? Let's keep this unchanged for now. Didn't it work? No, did we? It's just, I genuinely do think it's just Nuno. Like he'd gone back to when he first came in, his subs aren't the best. We all know that. And I think, he learned last season a lot more better on how to do the subs. But I think, finish right, they're new players, and these new players need time to bed in. Nuno won't know just yet on what he needs to do in terms of what can they change in different games. Yeah, try and test it. Didn't know how to do that, but I think with Nuno especially, he won't know what to do. Like Morata last season, we brought him in, and we always knew when we went 1-0 up, bring him on, shot. And I think, especially with the new guys, fair enough, they might make differences. But I think we start seeing them a lot more in training and bedding them in. I think it will know then the solutions. But I think, especially with the solutions at the minute, we don't have them. And I think now with all these players in, Nuno knows how hard it's going to be now because we're in season and bedding them in and finding different ways of bedding them in. So, and I think going back to like I said about all these conspiracy theories, I think I don't be critical of anyone's opinions and that, but I just think, me personally, it's everyone. It's just an off day in office for Forest, and everyone's emotions are high, and we all know that. But football brings the worst out of everyone, and I think hopefully now that Forest can actually use this. Obviously, Nuno got his meeting with Man Actors. Hopefully, there's come to some sort of compromise. Obviously, it's a change, it's a new thing. Obviously, both of them probably feeling it. Nuno probably feeling it because he's not been in that position. But I think we're all human. We all creatures of habits. So I think hopefully this meeting will just clear the air, and just we can focus on Arsenal and this European tour that we are on. So that's just me on it all, with especially with Nuno thing. But I think I'm behind Nuno. I will always say that. I will say it to you guys, regardless win, draw, or lose. And I think that hopefully things will die down. I don't want him to go. I certainly wouldn't want Mourinho in. I think he'd be stubborn and he'd be too defensive, and he'd be, you know what, like I will say about this part as well, like if Nuno gets sacked in this thing, if Nuno gets sacked, what new manager could do with this squad? Because he still don't be in the exact same position where Nuno is. Yeah, but load of new players. The new manager won't know the other players. He might have different ideas, might have different tactics, he might have different view on these players. But what changing manager will do to this group of players? Mourinho won't want to be a coach. He wouldn't want to be. He would want to be a manager. He want involvement on literally everything. So if you get rid of a manager just because he has different opinions on transfers and he's not going to be paying these players because of their edu signings, I think what new manager will come in and pay all these signings? He might want to keep Anderson. He might want to keep being in Zach Albert. He might want to keep being in Luke Freeman. But he might not want Sandor. He might not want Douglas Reese. He might not want Matty T. He might not want Hutchinson. He might not want X, Y, Z. So, what situation would that change? It might go into January, and 5 out of that 6 new signings might be sold because the new manager might be like, yeah, I don't want them. I want my own signings in, or yeah, I don't want them. So I'm going to kick up a fuss like Nuno and do that. You probably get where I'm coming from. We're just going to go back to square one, and I think we've got that sort of base off that 11 from yesterday. That sort of no Nuno tactics, and I think the new players they've got to get bedded in. They've got to be put into Finney and get up to speed with Nuno Finney. But we all know that it will take time. It will take patience for new signings to bed in. I just think it's just an over exaggeration because we lost yesterday and everything probably built up from the press conference and everything what going on between Edu and Nuno. Personally, I probably am going on about it all. I'm probably having my little rant about it, but that's where my head is, and I just think it's just an over exaggeration from everything what has gone off this past few weeks, and I think it just got to boiling point yesterday, and I think seeing all these conspiracy theories coming out and everyone blaming Nuno because of the transfers and he's not happy and chucking the dummy out and not wanting to play, then I think that just I'd play that one down on my opinion. I just think personally, I think it's just I don't think Parramatta team made that difference. But when the other players came on, they didn't make that difference, and I think that where we do need to probably bed them in, and we might have to change it up a little bit for Arsenal. Start these players from the start. That how we're going to grow as a team is trying new things out, and I think left it late. Personally, yes, but that's Nuno from that when he first came in. He did that so many times, and I remember the Luton one how bad he was that with them subs, and we lost 2 points then. So 500 people watching. So hello to you all. Get your comments coming in. But yeah, good listen. If I do think he will start, I do actually agree, Barry. I do think he will start, and I think he will come into this squad. Um, there must be a reason why not. Is it match fitness? Is it because of like could he not have that effect on the game like yesterday? I think he might have struggled personally, but I think it's going to be one of them ones that if you're going to get him in, yeah, let's try and start from one game, see how he does with Ando. How do we do with the midfield three? Or for that, Ando Gibbs White and Sangario, Anderson Gibbs White, Finney, or even drop Gibbs White and play them three in there. But yeah, talented players. There is that talented players, but I mean, it's one of them ones where you probably looked at that bench and went, yeah, it was quite an even game for 84 minutes, but would they make that difference? Probably with how West Ham played yesterday. I don't think they all make it. I think, yeah, bar McAtee, bar switching up a bit, yes, but it's one of them ones. Would they make the fully difference that we needed to? I think they probably could do. But I just think the role Nuno don't want to play them because they're not transferred. I just think that's just an excuse just to get him out. I think it really, really do by a lot of people, and I think it just I just don't want it to be like Vinny, yeah, but uh, you know, and I just think that Nuno knows, and I think I just think he knows what we will need to do, and he knows that there will come games where their talents will come through. And I think yesterday, even when they came on, they didn't really show that much. I think they would have struggled anyway if they did come in. So, come on, and they didn't really make much more of a difference anyway. That they were still the same result, same performance. Get in the office of the day leader in the planter board. Yeah, we need to. Dan Cam. And this one about Adoma, John Quiet, mate. Don't really know what's happening with that one. And I probably had no I've gone off. I've got 504 people. And I'll probably have a big massive rant about Nuno and all these conspiracy theories. But I just think it's, like I said, it's just conspiracy theories. I think everyone's just a bit frustrated. We lost yesterday, and probably the worst performance we had since we went up. But I think they need to be. Finny, we all have opinions on the game. We all knows that. Finny, yeah, I agree with you on that, Barry. He left the subs far too late. That's just a Nuno thing. You always think that. We always know he can be a bit late on subs, but I think that way he needs to work on it. And I think Sangaro should have came off. This right should have came off. Lorena should have came off. He not had a good game for a while. I think Chris Wood was a bit trying to bar that chance he had. It's like there were loads of little things that needed to be treated, but I think we all know that Nuno can work on that. And I think the more we all see, I think, but I just think he did leave it late for the subs yesterday, and I think he does need to really, really work on it to get better. And I think, given the time with the squad and everything, I think he will do. I really do. If I'm being honest, yeah. It's just a frustrating time, and I think with everything what gone off, I think things just. I'm sort of glad in a way the international break is here and the window's closed. Me personally, I'm just sort of glad it is closed now, and I think now there ain't no football. It gives people time and everything to go back into their own little hibernation worlds. Give them time to like really think and not logistic, I said, but just let people process what has happened this last 3 weeks, because it has been a very, very intense time. And I just think they just need that calm. We've been through a storm, and we just got to come out of it and actually be united and actually be one, because obviously it's becoming quite toxic now. We all know that, personally, and I think that they need to be that bit of a united front on something and get behind the boys. And I think just one of them ones. I just think it's not at the minute, and it's just a shame it's not. And I think that um, we all are passionate about the club. We all want to get behind the team, and we all want to win. Don't necessarily that's the main thing from it all. We all want to win and want us to see playing well. We had good days in office, we had bad days in office. So I know I've been on 32 minutes as well, and it's getting dark. But yeah, I think at the minute I just think so much going on. Does he need sacking because this and this? I think it probably is a sackable offence for what he said in the press conference. I'm not denying that. I think any random person do that in a job, they'd be out of the job. Right, side that. But I think it probably pure frustration. And I think when we all look at it, emotions does get the better of us. So we all know that. We all know it does. So I think hopefully window shut. Hopefully get this meeting done. Get things fast out. Communicate with people, and hopefully then that they can really move on. So I think that's just me personally, and I think when I'm listening to a lot of people, I always enjoy it. It makes you think that bit more different, and it makes you think of different sides, different angles. But I think realistically, he, I think the most common sense thing for me is keeping in, let him have these 2 weeks, let him really get to know the players, let them bed them into the team, start to find new ways of working, especially with these new players. See what works, see what not works. But I think wanting him gone because of it's not his place, his previous point. I think that's just a load of cobwallops, and I think people just putting two and two together, just to try and stir things up and just using it as a scapegoat just to get Nuno out. I just think it's really, really poor, and I think hopefully that there should be behind the team. I think obviously the social media and that, we all know that, and I think that it's how it is, and we all know how bad the timeline can be on Twitter, and how frustration can get the best of us. Most of us will know that. But I just hope now that out of this it becomes stronger, the bond and everything. But I think at the minute it didn't none, and I think that hopefully it can be refound again. And I think it just needs to be moved on one way or another, and make sure that something can come of it. Jonathan saying, what's your favourite Forest player of all time? Mine's Julian Bennett. If I'm being honest here, but yeah, I mean, I just glad that we got 2 weeks. I know it's annoying because we need to get back to winning ways, and we need to get back to doing what Forest do. Forest doing Forest things. We all know that. That's what you need to do. But I just hope now that no football, no transfers, just take the sting out of the fire, just refocus, regroup again, and actually, hopefully, things get cleared, things get sorted, and if they do sort it out, I just hope they both come out with a statement saying, look, we cleared the air, and just put it out there to everyone, because I think the longer they leave and they don't say it, I think things will just build up and build up. But if you ask me what new manager want to come in, I don't want Ange, I don't want Mourinho, don't want Rodgers. And like I've said, if you're going to get new manager in, we're going to go 4 steps backwards to go 5 again, because he might want a whole new squad. He might not even like this squad. He might not even like the players. So I just think that we just need to be thinking logical on a lot more things, and be thinking Nuno knows that he needs to bed these players in. I mean, he will know more than us in terms of why he didn't bring Douglas Luiz on. He might not be match fit. He might not be up to that fitness level where he wants them. So, yeah, I'm going to shoot off anyways, but I know I've probably gone off on a bit of a rant tonight about a lot of things, but it's just very, very frustrating, and with the whole conspiracy theories that has been going around social media and everything, I just think it's a platform to express your opinions. And like I always say to you guys, want to come on the channel, drop me a DM, and I'll let you have your opinions on everything. So get us to 4K on YouTube, do get us up to 7K on Twitter, we're at 22K on Facebook tonight. If you are new, do check us out. We have got members club on Facebook, on YouTube. So do the usual things. Hit that like button on whatever platform you are watching us as well. Hopefully we do get them signings in. Anyway, cheers for that. Jonathan, hope you're well. But I do genuinely think things need to be worked out properly, and I think that being rational on it and getting rid of him to go, what would that do? Not a lot, much better difference, because we're going to be 4 steps backwards. And yeah, so get your comments coming in as per usual. Tell us what you think. Tell us what you think about the video. Want to get involved? Do you DM us? Get us to 5K. Hit them like buttons. And like to say thank you for watching.